Why are pollen grains key to paleoenvironmental reconstruction? Imagine tiny plant particles so durable they can survive thousands of years buried in soil or sediment. These are pollen grains, and they hold the secret to understanding what the environment was like long ago. When archaeologists study ancient sites, they often find layers of sediment that contain pollen. Each layer tells a story about the plants that grew nearby when that layer was formed. Because different plants produce pollen with unique shapes, sizes, and surface patterns, scientists can identify which plants were present at specific times. This helps reconstruct the landscape, whether it was a dense forest, open grassland, or wetlands. Pollen is everywhere in the environment. When plants releases pollen, some grains fall to the ground or into water. Over time, these grains get buried in soil, like mud or peat. They can fossilize, meaning they turn into a preserved from that lasts for thousands of years. This makes pollen a reliable record of past vegetation. Since pollen can be preserved in many types of sediments, archaeologists can analyze sites even when other plant remains like wood or leaves are missing. By examining the types and amounts of pollen in each sediment layer, scientists can see how vegetation changed over time. For example, an increase in grass pollen and a decrease in tree pollen might show a shift from forest to open land, possibly due to climate shifts or human activity like farming. Pollen analysis also helps archaeologists connect human activity to environmental changes. If a site has tools or structures, the pollen can reveal what the landscape looked like when those items were used. For instance, finding maize pollen suggests the area was used for farming. Pollen can even tell us about seasonal patterns. Many plants releases pollen at specific times of the year, so pollen found on artifacts or in storage areas can indicate when people were active or when certain plants were harvested. The process involves collecting sediment samples carefully, treating them with chemicals to remove unwanted material, and then identifying and counting the pollen grains under a microscope. This detailed counting allows scientists to compare different sites and build a bigger picture of how environments and human activities evolved over time. In short, pollen grains are like tiny environmental time capsules. They give us direct clues about past plant life, climate, and how humans interacted with their surroundings. Combining pollen data with other archaeological evidence helps us understand how ancient people adapted to and changed their environments over thousands of years.